This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE is one of the global pioneers in employing identity and trust as 2 principal components in enabling secure digital transactions. That's according to an official at the Emirates Identity Authority. Dr. Ali Mohammed Al Khoury, the Director General of the Emirates Identity Authority, was quoted in a research paper published in the European Scientific Journal under the title of A Government Framework to Address Identity, Trust and Security in E-Government, the case of UAE identity management infrastructure. The paper stated that trusted government ID management infrastructure is one of the principal building blocks that the UAE government has initiated to enable e-government transformation. The paper points out that the e-infrastructure set in place in the UAE offers the 4 main security features for high-risk systems and applications: authentication, data integrity, confidentiality, and non-repudiation. It added that this robust security and identity mechanism is important in order to build the required level of trust between the citizen on the one side of the UAE's identity infrastructure and the government on the other. The Dubai Electricity and Water Authority has launched its Ashal initiative that sees a number of smart kiosks to help visitors to Dewa's customer service centres learn about its smart app and smart services. The new service is part of the Smart Dubai initiative announced by the UAE Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. His Excellency Saeed Mohammed Al Taya, the MD and CEO of Dewa, was quoted in news agency WAM as saying that Ashal, which means easier in Arabic, looks to enhance government services to the highest international standards. Ashal kiosks are available at Dewa's headquarters in Zabil and its customer service centres in Al Wazl, Al Quoz, Al Hubaida and Burj Nahar. Visitors to Ashal smart kiosks will get to know everything about Dewa smart apps, from downloading it to creating an account, paying bills and registering in the Green Bill, as well as the Dubai Smart Government's My ID service. Government and private schools are to apply nutrition guidelines in school canteens and also to students' lunchboxes from this academic year, or otherwise face fines. Dr. Wafa Ayesh, the Director of Clinical Nutrition at the Dubai Health Authority, was quoted in a local daily as saying that all schools in the UAE must ensure that both suppliers and school canteens provide healthy foods for school children, or else they could face penalties. He stated that the move is to ensure that all children across government and private schools are provided with nutritious food that is needed for their growth and well-being, and so that children develop healthy eating habits early on. He added that the guidelines will also help tackle the problem of childhood obesity by ensuring children have access to nutritional foods in an environment where they spend several hours per day. Additionally, under the guidelines released last year but being implemented this academic year, students will not be allowed to skip physical training classes unless there are medical reasons. Residents in Dubai Marina and JBR are being urged by Dubai police to bear with the roadworks for a little while longer. Colonel Jamal Al-Banai, the acting director of the General Department of Traffic, was quoted as saying that the current diversions and detours, which include Al Sufa Road on JBR, being reduced to 1 lane in each direction, were a part of the development and improvement of the area. He added that what is happening now is completely normal and, more importantly, temporary, and that issues such as traffic and roadblocks are unavoidable. He stated that all roadworks, as well as the new tram, are to ultimately decrease traffic and find a long-term solution for heavy congestion. Health experts from the Friends of Cancer Patients Society have called for more support from multi-stakeholders to assist in providing patients of chronic myeloid leukemia access to an effective support system to increase awareness on the disease. CML patients, their families, health professionals and representatives from NGOs attended the Friends of Cancer Patients' third CML support group gathering today, where experts have urged for more efforts towards early detection. Speaking during the gathering, Dr. Sorsan Al-Mahdi, the Secretary General of the Society, stated that increasing awareness should overcome the misconceptions that CML is a terminal cancer. She added that the chronic cancer is treatable and manageable and requires appropriate support from stakeholders. Dr. Sorsan emphasised that an effective support system should provide the right education on the symptoms and the tools for the early detection of CML. The thoughts were mirrored by the guest speakers, who highlighted that CML is a misunderstood disease. The speakers called on the community and NGOs to offer moral, logistical and financial support to CML patients in an effort to overcome the challenges of dealing with the chronic illness.
Chronic myeloid leukemia is a disease that affects middle-aged people, and those are people who are well rested in their personal life and their career life, and suddenly they get hit with leukemia. And this is why we wanted to shed the light on this type of leukemia. Now, with the right treatment, you will have a very high patient will be actually can live with the disease. It is becoming chronic as diabetic, and this is what we want to educate people about. What we're hoping to do for this meeting is, after we conclude, is work closely with the hospital, the treating hospitals of the patient, and try to also increase the quality. They get through those hospitals high quality treatment, but what we want to do is increase the quality of support, psychological support as well to the patient. I think that's very important.
16 million trees in forest areas managed by the Environment Agency Abu Dhabi are to be tagged, according to reports. Ahmad Baharoun, the Executive Director of Environmental Information, Science and Outreach Management at EAD, was quoted as saying that each tree will have their exact details entered into a database to help identify the health status of different species. The initiative is under the name of the Habitat Mapping Project, which documents all fauna and flora across the Emirate, with the help of state-of-the-art satellite mapping technologies. Baharoun added that around 4 million trees have already been given individual IDs on the database, and the project is now progressing. He added that the millions of trees in the capital are the legacy of the late Sheikh Zayed, the founding father of the UAE, and the initiative is part of various efforts to protect them. And finally, looking to other news now, some of the finest collections and designs of new and established fashion designers took to the stage over the weekend during Dubai's inaugural India Fashion Week. Usually held twice a year in New Delhi, the India Fashion Week made a glamorous Dubai debut, featuring the best bridal, elegant couture and ready-to-wear pieces on the catwalk. Fashionistas flocked over to Emirates Towers to catch a glimpse of what the 20 best designers from both India and Dubai had to offer during the event. Aside from the musical and dance performances entertaining the crowd, the visitors were also treated to an exclusive exhibition, allowing them to browse through the latest extravagant designs and collections of renowned designers, such as Ritu Berry and Falguni Peacock, to name just a few. The event also showcased the works of some young and upcoming designers, such as Shweta Wahi, whose signature designs are a blend of Indian colours with Middle Eastern designs, inspired from the jalabayas and abayas. According to Shweta, Dubai has established itself as the region's fashion hub due to the presence of international fashion houses, together with such events promoting upcoming talents.
This collection, as always, is a reflection of my background. So even though I'm Indian by origin, I was brought up between Dubai, Johannesburg and Toronto. So the collection definitely epitomizes all the different cultures that have been around me since I was a child. You can find a lot of Arabized Desi Western wear, and you'll see a lot of abaya-inspired and jalabiya-inspired silhouettes with a lot of Indian laces.
Dubai's fashion industry is on the verge of going global. It has a good potential, and I think steps has been taken by the government from the public and private sectors to foster the fashion industry of Dubai. It has an opportunity to to have an equal footing with the likes of London, Paris, and New York. And Shweta is doing an amazing job.